Hello and welcome to the Irish Hunting Podcast, the no bullshit podcast for the outdoor enthusiasts. If you're into hunting, fishing, fine wines and even finer foods, you've come to the right place. So pull up a chair. Hello and welcome back to the Irish Hunting Podcast. On this week's episode number 64, we were going to bring you a roundup of the wrap of season 2023, but news just in, it's going to be extended for another month or two. We'll be discussing all things deer hunting and as in particular the extension to the existing season. We'll also bring you a lowdown on how we get on with the lads down and Smoke and Soul. We'll be talking all things cooking as well as a roundup of news and events from around the country. So hope you all enjoy. Anthony Grogan, how are we going on, lad?
I'm not too bad, lad.
What
how
is
are
the
you?
crack? I sure look living the dream.
How's the arm?
The arm's not too bad, lad. Yeah, no, it's just an awful lot better now, in fairness, yeah.
I put up a post on Instagram there.
Is you?
Yeah, well, I sent you a video. We normally did a reply video, but I said on, you haven't seen it yet, but I'll leave it as a surprise. So
Did you?
I said,
you threw me under the bush, you?
Well, no, Maguire couldn't reply because he spent the last 2.5 hours there trying to pick his nose. But it's looking good, man. Some fucking bruise.
Yeah, it's a fair enough bruise, already, isn't it? Holy fuck, man, it is, yeah. No, it's actually not too bad.
So what exactly happened? Tell everyone what happened.
Oh, it's a long fucking story, but getting ready to come home, motorbike went to fucking fall over. And there's a rule in that if a bike goes to fall, let it fucking fall. Yeah. I put the hand out to grab it to stop it. Because obviously, you know, it's your first reaction to do. And I just heard a very loud popping in my arm. That was the most horrendous. I meant to say, even when you were driving me home, and for the first couple of Ks, I thought I was going to have to say, Anthony, are you meant to stop? I thought I was going to puke. Like,
do you know the worst thing? You know when you stub your toe or you fall or you hurt yourself, the worst thing any man can fucking ask you. You alright?
Yeah. Oh, it's a quiet that. Or then, second to that is if someone says, "Jez, you don't look right." That is the worst thing ever, you know.
So I knew for the first mile or two, I just said, I'll say nothing until he starts talking. And then we're in the distraction phase. Then after that,
oh yeah. So I suppose to visualize. 300, just under 300 kilos. So you imagine something falling at 300 kilos and you grabbing it with one hand. Do you know what I mean? Like unprepared as well. So yeah, just heard an outrageous kind of a pop. And lucky enough, and I want to say a massive. After I heard the pop, I was getting ready to ride my own bike home, and there was a couple of GPs on the course, and I want to give a massive shout out to Dr. Kieran McCabe.
A gentleman.
An absolute gentleman. I didn't get the other guys' names. There was another GP and there was a physio.
And there was an architect. And there was
a
few. The boys were just fucking amazing all weekend.
Brilliant
great crack with them.
So looking, if I knew the boys were there, they were packing up the tents and stuff. So I says, geez, I better go up and get a bit of an opinion on this before I go to ride home. Like, so I went up, and in fairness to the boys, the minute they saw my arm, especially the physio, he said straight away, he told me what was after happening. And I think they call it a reverse Popeye or Popeye, where it's like one of your biceps is massive, you know. That's the only plus side of it, I suppose.
Yeah.
So that was that. And I went for an x-ray on it. And it's a load of people are after asking me, what is it? Like, what actually, I don't even know if I showed you this. Did I show it to you? Yeah. So bend your arm like that.
Yeah.
Clench your fist. Put your finger right in here. Do you feel that big band there? That broke. That's after snapping in mine. Yeah, so I have one on this. I don't have one on this anymore. So I have to go for an MRI, I think, next week, and then meet the surgical team and then decide what is the best plan.
Course of action.
Do we do a surgery or do we not? So, yeah. So
well, look, the very I don't know what to be wishing for, man. Wishing for surgery or not wishing for.
I know.
Wish you well. That's about that.
Exactly. No, look, it's not stopping me doing that at the minute. It really isn't. Like I can do. You know,
just nervy until you find out what.
What exactly way we're going to do it. But anyway, it was a savage weekend. We're going to talk a load more about that now shortly as well.
Yeah. It was an eventful Geez, I tell you, I wanted a break when we come back, lad.
Yeah, well, you especially because you done the dog on it.
I did, as you can probably tell. We're actually on the dregs of the Fox's Bow. What do you think of that?
I tasted it at the weekend down here. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's after. I'd love to know their marketing team because all I saw over Christmas was people drinking this.
Was it? Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. It was all over Instagram. So yeah, whatever they're doing something fucking right. Anyway,
Avril bought me a bottle for Christmas, which I've nearly. It's probably less than what was in that one. And then I got that one going down on Friday evening. I stopped in Tesco's and I grabbed a bottle of that and. Yeah, and then we did a bit of damage to it then on Saturday night.
Saturday night, yeah, proper job.
So yeah, no, it's lovely. It's beautiful, nice and mellow.
Yeah, it's lovely, man.
Yeah, it's one of the nice ones.
Absolutely, the last word. Cheers.
It should be considered sponsoring this show. The
Fox's Bow. Who? I better ask you, who makes it? Where's it coming from?
It's somewhere around the border county, and I'll tell you now.
Is there?
It's probably a subsidiary of one of the. It is nice. I like it now. It's the Great Northern Distillery.
It's mild enough.
Dundalk.
I think it's mild enough, isn't it?
It's very mild.
Yeah. It's
that
like
Caesar's sweet. Yeah, it's funny you say it's a bourbon cask, I think.
Is it?
Aged in bourbon, yeah.
Yeah, but it's not overly. You know the way some bourbons are sickly.
Yeah, no, there's a nice little, just a tinge of sweetness to it.
Yeah.
It's aged in bourbon, finished in Oloroso and rye casks. So you have a little bit of the best of both worlds there.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Savage, man. Savage stuff.
It's a blended Irish whiskey, but yeah, look, it's very reasonable and very fucking nice. So
the last word. The last fucking word.
Yeah, and look, it's apt for the show, and it's apt for the week we're after having.
Yeah.
The controversy. Din, din, din.
Oh, man. Holy shit. It's been hectic.
Well, McGuire, if it wasn't for, I was going to say you put the two arms into it, but you've only one arm, so you put the two welly boots, the fucking...
Yeah, some people were unhappy.
Jesus, they were unhappy, and look, I think you've clarified we don't need to run over old rope.
No.
And we've been chatting about it all weekend.
Yeah.
And it's gas. I had a chance to obviously think over the last while, and even at the weekend, I was chatting to people, and unrelated to your post, but I suppose the divisiveness across some of the different elements of our hunting community, be it horse and hound, be it lurcher, be it a terrier, because everyone has their own kind of opinion on it. As I said, I will reserve mine until that, because I'm going to be you've experienced some of it, and quite correctly, as you said, this is not reflective of no. That's pretty clear. And I suppose that got me kind of thinking then, like obviously you're entitled to an opinion. So I was kind of active on some of the posts, which I don't tend to get involved in, to clarify some of the stuff. But you had said and the what would you say, incorrect statements by other people, and I shouldn't get involved in that, but I did on this particular occasion, not because I felt probably two parts. So obviously we on this show tell everyone you're entitled to your fucking opinion, and we we live in a free country, thank God, and there's people who have fought and died for that right. So we don't want to infringe on that. We also don't want to tarnish anyone unjustly. And what you were doing was not that. It was me and you had looked at. We get sent all kinds of stuff, what do you think about this? And we're asked to comment on it all the time. And that's probably just part of the gig,
Yeah.
Now, there's some of the stuff over the last couple of months that we got. There was a divisive video where and I'm going to call them and we've all seen them, the white Nike brigade are out, and the trainers and the tracksuit and the things on, and they have either lurchers, or I don't even know what kind of dogs they had, but they were kind of drip feeding it to you've seen the thing. So that's when we were talking off air over the last couple of weeks. These kind of things have been coming in. So out of that, I think, and I'm not speaking for you. You know better than I, but I'm just giving the listeners probably a bit of context behind it. It wasn't just you just spouted this out that all these men are, you know.
Yeah.
So this comes in the background. You were commenting on that kind of with that in mind, I would assume, and then it was directed towards that element of the community, the ones that we don't want. Like, again, one of our mutual friends here, a farmer, only 4 or 5 weeks ago, with the boys came in with the lurchers and basically told the farmer to fuck off. Do you know what I'm saying? And he was, you know, so again, we have that all plays into the thing, and that's not reflective of the real hunting community. I know that, and you know that, and they weren't the ones we were what would you say, referencing last week, and we want to try and, I suppose, give, and we have tried actually over the last numerous. We originally intended to have someone from the Horse and Hunt on, but they never got back to us. And I contacted them personally myself. So we have been trying, you know, to get involved with the right people, because what we don't want to do, we're conscious on this show, if you get the wrong person in, it can do twice as much damage.
Yeah.
So with all that in mind, so we tread a kind of a funny water. We have our own personal opinions, which everyone has, and which you have, and I have. And once I've done it, I will have an opinion on it.
Yeah.
That is just fucking life. But so we have to tread that, coupled with the fact then that we're semi-represented, or we're semi going out to all aspects of the hunting communities, you know. So that's a very fucking fine line to be trying to be walking at times. At fucking loads of times, for instance, I was thinking, you know, it was back in the one of the earlier podcasts, and you know, of course you're nervous and the other ones, and you know, when you start off and so on, and you're trying to get everything right. And I remember I fucking, you know, went out and I called excuse me, you know, a fallow stag, you know, and like that, you know. Do you know what I mean? Now, everyone that knows now obviously knows predominantly I hunt red and sika, and with small interactions with fallow. So it was just a slip of the tongue. Does that? But I remember I was haunted by that. Do you know what I'm saying? Oh, fucking hell! You know what I'm saying? And it was, I know on some of the pages there was fucking ages, you know, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Now it doesn't bother me now. I'm gonna fuck up, and I fucked up loads of times, and I'm gonna fuck up again. Not intentionally, and not intentionally to insult any part of the community or but we ain't going to get it right all the fucking time, because we have that line to dance through. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And sometimes when we talk here, like we talked an hour here before we even come on this evening, so some of that conversation will overflow into this podcast, and that's I presume what makes it in some way what successful, but also then probably people are probably listening, because I've listened back and saying, why did you mention that there? And then we were talking about that before. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Because it becomes kind of blurred. So yeah, and I think a lot of the people, the first day or two when it came out, there was kind of uproar. But any kind of the sensible people, they've started to message back in and say, look, we appreciate you clarifying your position. You appreciate my position in terms of wanting to know more, and then collaboratively then we move forward in a positive way. And I think there's plans afoot. We're going to go out, we're going to get our feet in the ground, we're going to get in amongst the different communities, which we had planned to do anyway, but it's just we want to fast track it now, because what we don't want to do is, I suppose, leave it hanging till next season, and we want to try and give the men and women on the ground their fair share. So similar to what we did with the springers and stuff, give it nice positive light on the community. Get down and meet the real people on the ground, the working men and women that make all that community, and find out, as I said last week, the heritage, the history, the community, all that kind of stuff behind it. You know, I do know, on reflection, you know, like even I was thinking, you know, where does this tradition come from? And, you know, but of course, it's been around since long before we had a gun. And then I throw into that mix, then there was a time in this country probably where you couldn't have a gun.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, so there's a lineage there that we want to know more about.
Yeah.
And we're going to find out about it. And we're going to come with a podcast specifically designed towards that. So, and that'll hopefully clarify our position within the hunting community, and as I say, give the relevant people their fair share of the limelight.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, sounds like a plan.
And a big shout out to Mark, because I know Mark's going to be listening. He said on the voice, right, that he's not going to listen, but I know he's waiting. So how are you, Mark? Thanks a million. I hope my speech is okay. I'm only literally after one sip of whiskey. I'm going to be having a lot more, so stay tuned.
But it could get progressively worse as the goes on.
And funny enough, right, he spent probably the best part of an essay arguing with me with the exact same opinion. So I was going to say we'll agree to disagree, but like what I was trying to say, we actually are agreeing to agree.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, and I'm the only educated one, Mark. I am the only educated one, but I don't know what else to say.
The blinkers were on, man.
Yeah. I was trying to say that, you know, that I'll reserve my opinion until, you know, I'm educated and informed enough to form an opinion.
Yeah.
And I stand over that.
Mm-hmm.
And he wasn't happy with that. He said, you shouldn't have been speaking about something. But I said, but I didn't.
That was me.
He didn't. But he didn't. No. But even when I pointed that out, you know, he didn't get that, and he tried to drag poor old Pat into it, and all kinds of. But anyway, and he's a little band member as well. There, Mossy in the background, cheering him on. Go on, Mark. So big shout out to the lads. I know they two are listed because.
Yeah. I that's why I purposely stay off them. No, lads, man, I'd see this. I said, I don't really give two fucks, to be honest with you.
No,
not in a bad way, but it was just like, no, I and then, as I said, the only reason I've come out and I've done the video is probably just to clarify, and I'm not going to go back over here again, but just to clarify that, yeah, I'd hate to think, as I said to you, like there's a lot of clubs out there, like Lurcher Club and Terrier groups, you know, great organisations with, you know, great, great histories, and you know they're trying to, you know, do things in the right. And I'd hate to think over something I said, correct, you know, would have an effect on them, because, you know, obviously it wasn't aimed towards, like,
for anyone that's unclear about your position, right? I think you made it abundantly clear in the video. Go check out the video. There's that kind of clarifies and qualifies what you were trying to get at. Mm-hmm. And I think in general, ironically, most of the people who were up and out would generally agree with that sentiment. That doesn't represent them. That doesn't, you know, and that's ironically, you know, what you're trying to get at.
Absolutely.
However, by highlighting it, they probably felt that we were shining that light on that particular bit without shining. Mm-hmm. It'd be like, say, for argument's sake, us going out and highlighting.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Untethered and Wanderwise, where adventure has no age limit. We're your co-host, Heidi Brandis and Nikki Mahundro, and we're here to inspire and celebrate women over 45 who are embracing their independence and want to explore the world on their own terms.
A fucking deer being shot and left in the field, or two lads going around fucking lamping them out the window, thing, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And we were going continuously just highlighting that, and then we'd be saying, well, there's also these lads over here who do this and this. Mm-hmm. So we can understand the kind of but it wasn't born out. As I said to you, there was a long kind of lead up to that discussion, which, as I said, look, and by all means, we're delighted when people send us in. Sometimes we purposely don't react to them, you know, because people want our opinion on them. Yeah. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? You know, because everyone loves a great bad story. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
And if we really wanted to get at any particular element, we would share them on our social medias and stuff, and we purposely don't.
No.
So yeah, and that's I think going forward, that's the way we'll all go forward. So yeah, so big shout out to the lads. Hope you're having a nice cup of tea. We're having whiskey. Please God, we'll get to share a cup of tea down the road.
Absolutely.
Sláinte to that, lad, yeah?
Sláinte to that, lad. I'll drink to that, yeah.
Which one of us is the worst alcoholic now?
You.
Definitely me.
Absolutely.
That's twice I've been called that now this week. My feelings are hurt.
Water off a duck's fucking back, I'd say.
I actually thought I start to speak better when I get a few in me now.
I'd say so, lad. I think you just speak perfectly the whole time, to be honest.
Well, we'll have to watch this space now. We'll see over the next hour and a half.
Yeah. What's been going on? Club? He's doing that, or what way is?
We are in the club. Yeah, we're building a new pen, as I told you, a monster pen. So we had plans to, and we had a spot picked and all for a new pen, but that would have gave us 3 pens in 3 different locations. That sounds fantastic in 3 areas of the club, but then it's the day-to-day, the water, the feed, the checking in, and obviously if in 3 different locations that becomes like a bit of it's a half a day's fucking job, and we all have our own commitments and so on. So at the club meeting, it was decided that our first pen, where we erected in, actually a shout out to Paul, my uncle, he's a lovely bit of woodland behind his site, and we built the first pen there, and it was our first. It's very well put together, very structurally sound, but it's not the most aesthetically pleasing one, and it's small, so we're going to keep that one. We have our new pen that we built last year, and on the same site then we're going to build the monster pen.
Okay.
With the idea then we're going to segregate it. So maybe 2/3 a third, and that way we can throw young birds into the different age birds into different pens. So we'll technically have 4 pens this year. But then as the other one kind of wears out, we'll dismantle it and we'll be left with the super pen and the second pen. So that gives us great. We're trying to encourage a bit of growth within the pens, because last year we had a role we were keeping cocks for our breeding program and the hens, so the pens weren't getting a chance to rejuvenate. By the time the breeding season was over, it was nearly straight back into poults, and then, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, the pens were just constantly being used, and so yeah, this year we're seeding them. So all that's in shape. A big shout out as well to Bord na Móna. Bord na Móna sponsored us this year for some of our programs. We've 2 new oil boxes manufactured by Connor, one of our in-house carpenters and a great member. So we've 2 new oil boxes going up. Out of that, a few quid, and we've a few quid going towards an educational program in the school. So we've a full breeding kit, incubator, nesting, brooding box, and drinkers and feeders and stuff going to my local school. So there's plans afoot to bring that in, and a few bob went towards that, and then a few bob went towards our new pen. So we've feeders and drinkers and stuff ordered there, and with the poles and stuff. So it's all go. It's all go.
Deadly.
You have better and bigger news than I have. So,
well, I don't know if it's better or bigger, but yeah,
I can't keep up with you, man. Fucking weeks now. I'm not going to.
I know.
Who's the chairman of the new club?
Me,
McGuire. Now look,
yeah, exactly.
There's some booking.
Oh, sure. Look, it's hard when it's put out to a fucking vote.
I know.
What do you do? But I know. Look,
it's being popular, isn't it?
No, sure. That's it, lad. Exactly. No, look, I'm happy. I am happy to take on the role. Absolutely, it's going to be a lot of work. We had our second ever meeting for what's formerly named now as Broadford Game and Conservation Club. The club is a go. I can attest. I can confirm that. We had a great meeting. Went through some of the details. We're going to go with the NARGC. We talked about it and discussed it, and we discussed all of them, and we just think it was the best kind of fit for the club, at the minute, because just great to get a little bit of backup and some of the stuff the NRGC do, and I just like the way they're so proactive in game and conservation, and they seem to be kind of moving with the times now, which they probably didn't do for a lot of years.
Yeah.
But it's great to see them kind of pushing the conservation work they're doing, and rightly fucking so. So, yeah, so we're going to go with the NARGC. So now at the minute we need to do a bit of costing at the minute for our pens, work out what sort of boards, how many boards we're going to get, work out all the costings, going after a bit of sponsorship. We're going to get onto some of the local companies here, see can we get a bit of sponsorship, try and offset some of the costs, and then we'll work out our membership fees, and then we'll get that up and running. But we need to do all this now in a couple of weeks,
Look, it's brilliant. I think it's phenomenal. Fair play to you. I think it takes some balls and some effort to get something like that off the ground. It's no mean feat. There's people say, "Oh, just set up a club," and I know exactly what that fucking book is in front of me.
I know,
it gives me shudders every time you see it, because on all them photos, and that's going to get bigger and so on. And please God, it goes on to be hugely successful. But I think it's fantastic in a day of, how would you say, where shooting and hunting is coming under pressures and stuff. It's phenomenal to see a new club with so many vibrant, interested members. And that's what I like. We've been talking off air, and I know it's infectious. I can hear it when you were chatting about the meeting last night and the bit of crack afterwards. That's what it's all about. The community,
absolutely,
the spirit, and so on.
No, definitely. It was great at the end of it. Even like the lads coming up, like there's a lot of the lads in the club I would have known. I'd know years. Like we're a small enough community here. But then there's other lads that I wouldn't have known at all. But it was great, kind of at the end of it, coming up and lads with different ideas, and lads weren't just sitting there going, as if just punched into time, showing the face. They all interacted, and it was great at the end of the night, as I say, people coming up and going, I'm going to do this for you now, and you leave that with me, I'll sort this out, I'm going to talk to that fella. It was fucking fantastic. That was great to see.
So that's inspirational, and that's the kind of especially you've the opportunity with the new club to get it right. You know what I'm saying, with getting the right people in, and once you get the core of good people in, make sure and keep them, and then try and keep any negativity away, because one can cause huge division and derision, and
absolutely,
can have you running towards the fucking wall. But
no,
look,
sure.
that's the only that will never happen. I know with here, because if beautiful as well. I just think it's fantastic. You have the pub kind of in the middle of the village.
Yeah,
do you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying
the pub is actually in the middle of the club.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
There you go.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Now,
and the publican, he's going to be a member of it as well.
So that's brilliant.
Great.
Now, obviously, I'm sounding like a fucking raging alcoholic here, which is fulfilling the Bow Marks prophecy. But no, it's just somewhere nice to come out to get a bite to eat, and do you know what I mean? And the focal point for, you can imagine, the 1st of November now, everyone meets back there. Does your longest tail and biggest board and stuff. I just think that's fantastic. Fantastic.
Absolutely. I remember me dad always telling me, like when he there was never a club in Broadford, but lads at all, like there was a lot of lads around Broadford hunted, it was well known for it. And there was a pub up the road. There used to be a big clay pigeon shoot just up the road from here, back in the probably, what would it have been, in the mid 70s was maybe. But so it was a big part of the area, but while there was never an actual affiliate club, there was never a club in Broadford.
Yeah.
So I often remember my dad telling stories of, of a Sunday afternoon you go into, there was a pub up the road, I think it was called the Forge Inn, and he said it wouldn't be uncommon of a Sunday night go in there, and he said there'd be a line of shotguns all lined up against the bar after the shoot. Lads would go in, and there'd be about half their pheasants, they'd all go in and have their few pints and talk, and all the crack. And I think it'll be great to see, and hopefully with the help of God this year November will all be maybe below, and first the longest tail competition, a few pints and a bit of crack.
And that's a bit of history right there, man.
Yeah, you know absolutely, yeah. The area itself, like, it was kind of one of those, like the area and the ground around here, if people don't know it, it has everything. You would struggle to find better ground for
bogland, woodland.
But exactly.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Peak, you have any amount of heather, you have the best of tillage ground, you have the best of dairying ground, you have any amount of bog, there's wetlands, there's everything.
Yeah.
There's soft grassy parts of it, there's thick heather parts, high bog. So it's ideal. The ground, we have as much ground as we hope to get. Probably one or two areas some of the farmers said they were happy for the club, but certain parts of the farm And all I asked him was, you know, we never wanted to get to a stage in any part of the club where you can only go so far, and then to get to the next farm you have to backtrack your way out and go in. Just keep it all together. So glad to say we can. So you can start, like, we've a fair bit of ground in it, like, you know, there's a good slice of ground in it, you know. That's
brilliant. And I think it's phenomenal, you know, for many years from now, please God, you know.
Yeah.
And your grandkids, please, you know, if we're lucky enough to be around to see it, you know, with, like, and I'm talking about the whole, is there 17 or 18 is down there? And,
it's 20 now, yeah.
20, well,
yeah.
There's 20 lads there who, is there any females?
No
females yet.
No females yet, no.
So there's 20 lads there, and forevermore, man. That'll be written in do you know what I mean? You were 20 founding members of Broadford, fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. No, it is great. I just always thought, I was actually one of the RGC lads when we had them on, and it just ingrained in me when they said, like, next to every village in Ireland, like, is it, you know, after GAA club is a gun club. You know, and I said to myself, why isn't there one here? There should be one here. And there's loads of lads that hunt, So, look, long road ahead. As I said to them last night, I says, look, first year is going to be tricky because it says it's the least birds you're going to ever have. The kitty's going to be the lowest it's ever been, and your costs are probably some of the highest they're ever going to be. Yeah, you know, so it'll be that'll be the tricky part. And then we want to work out membership cost that's everyone can afford, you know.
And coupled with that, you have to try and manage expectations, because obviously the energy is high now because it's new and it's fresh and so on. So everyone's going to go out, and then what you don't want is come the first, and then because you're right, you know, like, they're not going to be meeting.
No,
everyone has
big bags.
We all dream of it. We all dream of going out and having 2 or 3 pheasants strung over the shoulder on the first day, but that generally doesn't happen anymore. No. So you have to manage that, and then keep the. But I've no doubt. Look, there's good lads in there, and they're going to be well led.
Yeah,
fair play to you.
Yeah, there's a couple of real good experienced lads in it. There's a couple of guys in it that actually rear their own birds and stuff, and have a long history of pheasant shooting and stuff. And another couple of lads that were kind of part of their own, I suppose, syndicate, and like the board management of the things, you know, it'd be great. I'd be really relying on a few of these lads to tap into their knowledge base.
Yeah.
You know, even materials for the pens, like, it was great coming up after it and lads going, we were kind of like, you know, we have to be realistic. What's a pen going to cost? If we decide, you know, if we do a pen that's maybe, for argument's sake, say if it's 40 foot long and maybe 40 foot wide, for a first pen, or, you know, maybe bigger or whatever way, you know, would you get out of it for about $2,000? And then lads are kind of coming up and going, like, one lad come up last night, he says old lighting poles, bloody street lighting poles, you know. He says I have a go load of them. He said they'd make fantastic straining posts. You know, so like straight away lads are going, no, we'll do that.
We'll save you Bob there. Yeah, and that's how it's done.
One lad says, you know, we're talking about the pen, and one lad says, I go with a big class tractor and a post driver, and I said, oh, that's, you know, it's fantastic.
Yeah, everyone chips in a bit.
Yeah, exactly.
And now you start to leave it manageable, and then obviously the less cost is involved in setting up the things like that with feeders and all that kind of stuff. Then the more money can be spent on the few birds then come, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
And there's a few bob left in the kitty, then you can, you know, buy 20 or 30 come Christmas and throw them out around the club again. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
And you're starting to build on it again.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Oh, so, brilliant.
She's going well, man. She's going well. Onwards and upwards. Thanks.
I'm delighted, man. I'm delighted you're chairman. I not that I wanted to wish you any more work than you have on already, but from a I know this is kind of, what would you say, a brainchild of yours, or a dream of yours rather. So I think it's very apt and very nice that you be the first chairman of Broadford.
Yeah, it's cool.
Considering that you were the one of the driving forces behind it. So congratulations.
Thanks a million.
Well earned.
You know, I thought of something today when you said it to me. You said to me, "Oh, we'll be at the meetings now." And do you know that piece, that little bit in Step Brothers, where the two boys go for the interview? Do you know the movie in the go? We're here to fuck shit up. I swear.
Oh, jeez. We make Gwyn and Gwyn in separate cars, because like
Yeah, I gotta keep winding you up.
there's some of them will come in, right? Not this wanker. I know well, but the eye of them, So now look, at needs to be two wankers in there now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'll be among friends. I just thought that straight away. I said this is gonna be fucking brilliant.
Good stuff.
But that's the story there. Come here. Before we go any further, will we do a little bit of news? Will we?
We'll crack on with a bit of news.
Sounds good. And now for a roundup of what's going on around the country, it's the IHP News. Newsman, what have we got?
Right, we're going to kick it off with. Now people are going to think this is contrived, but it's not.
Because we spoke about it on that podcast.
We did, yeah.
It's the second shout.
This is the second shout. We're starting this one. It's the County Clare Hunt. It's the Hunt Ball 2024. Dress code is formal, and it's on the March the 9th in the Inn at Drummond. Email Clare Hunt treasurer@gmail.com or contact Amy, and all that details is on the County Clare Hunt page on the Bookface.
On the Bookface, man. Hard to bet. Next one, Ross Gray Gun Club annual open shoot for 2024. And it's the North Tipperary team qualifiers. Date is the 24th of March 2024. Location, Templemore Road, Ross Gray. 50 board shoot over 6 stands, high gun, 150 cash and prizes for all stands on the day. First card is at 10 a.m. Last card is at 4 p.m. For more information, contact Graham Armitage on 087 912 8257.
Deadly. I think I'd win that, Bernie.
Would you, lad? You reckon?
Look, yeah. I wonder, is it like the darts? You know what I mean? You could have an out back in the day where you could have an out pint in between. No, maybe not. No,
those were the good old days, weren't they? Yeah, exactly.
I seen a lad today lifting stone. I know I'm getting distracted here, right? But do you follow Indiana Stones? No.
No. What the fuck?
He was on. I know. We finished the news. Finish the news. Don't get distracted.
Jesus, man.
Jesus, sorry. This is the most unprofessional news.
ADHD there, buddy. Go on.
Want to give another shout out to the North Tip Working Dog Club. March the 10th. This is the class that we were talking about last week. It's 50 lids. Hugely beneficial. All levels of experience welcome. And I know this from talking to lads, and I know from being down there, that even if you've no dog and you want to go along and see how it all moves, do you know what I'm saying?
Brilliant.
You'll be more than invited. And I know that they'd genuinely, absolutely welcome you with open arms. So get down there. All details there on the North Tipperary Working Gun Dog Club page, or contact Ivan McAllister on 086 302 0843. Ivan's a gent. You won't be disappointed if you chat to him. He'll be very, very amenable, very, very open, and great day. Savage. Yeah.
Class, man, class. Indiana Stones.
Yeah, so he's on Tommy Tiernan, man, right?
Okay.
So he's a real old school Irish dude, right? But he...
Stonemason.
No.
Oh, no, okay. Nothing to do with that.
No, so he was to do with... Well, I don't think he is anyway. But in kind of... And I hope I'm doing this fucking justice, but kind of in definitely in Celtic and Nordic tradition, back in the day, the feats of strength was always kind of like a stone, a rite of passage. Do you know what I'm saying?
I know who you're talking about. I think.
So you have to lift, so there's various lifting stones all across. So he started to do in Scotland. Then he started to research Ireland.
Yeah.
And he found like different villages had, like just in random fucking spots,
stone.
The bit of stone, leaning up against the corner of a building, you know what I mean? A round stone. Or
try and lift it.
Yeah. So, or to get wind underneath is what they say. So you just have to get
up
off the ground.
Yeah.
Some of them are 250 kilos or 220 kilos,
Yeah.
But awkward as well,
awkward, Yeah, absolutely.
But I actually think, have you ever lifted lifting stones before?
The Atlas stones.
Yeah. But sometimes I find them, I don't know,
handier.
Yeah. Do you find that?
Definitely. Yeah. Some of them now. Not the ones that are 400 kilos.
No. But do you know what I mean? But because I remember going in, there was a few of them in the thing, and I had 120. I don't know if it's a small weight.
Yeah.
But I remember thinking, I know I can do this because I similar to yourself,
Yeah.
will be used to awkward shapes and weights. Do you know what I mean?
It's just about getting down close to it and keeping it as close to your to the
body as possible, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Or sometimes with the fucking bar. You know what I mean?
yeah. No, I can find that very awkward. I find it when I'm deadlifting more often than not, I'm cutting the fucking chins off myself, you know?
Yeah, or the
Yeah, or the budgie.
crown jewels. Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
So it's
100%,
all
yeah,
that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
but yeah, he has this map, doesn't it, with all the stones
In
around Ireland. Yeah,
That's class, though.
I think it's deadly.
That's fucking savage, man.
but I seen him today, man, on his page. He's doing 1-arm press ups, smoking a cigar and drinking whiskey.
Oh, the Lord Jesus Christ.
Isn't that fucking cool?
That is mental.
I'm not a fidget on him.
Are you serious? Hard as fuck. That is deadly. That is absolutely
So
class.
yeah,
That's
I don't know
class,
where
man.
that came in.
No idea, man. But just one of the random shit that comes on in
sorry,
our
man.
podcast. No,
I'm very sorry.
It's all good.
Not a thing to do with shooting.
Not a thing to do with it, lad. What are we talking about next? Are we going to talk about our weekender?
I think so, man.
Absolutely. What a fucking
Where do
weekend
we
it was,
start?
man. Where do we start as well? We're not going to go into the end of it, obviously. I might a little bit of an incident down there, but start to finish, rocked down there, landed down there at what time? Kicked off about 8:30. We were all met
Yeah,
Saturday
yeah.
morning. Down in, I don't know the name of the village, but it's not too far from you or us in Wexford.
Yeah.
Down with the lads in Smoke and Soul, and I didn't really know what to expect because, like, Craig, one of the lads that I work with, he had no lad is telling you everything about, but you struggle to picture and put it all together.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But I'll set the tone. Imagine coming down into like your stereotypical old farm yard setup in rural Ireland, and the old lean-to, with all the just
Yeah.
the quirkiness and coolness of it. And then, you park the car, the place itself is absolutely beautiful. You get out, and the first thing that meets you is the smells, man.
Yeah.
These unbelievable smells. Charcoals, meats, seasonings, oils. Do you know, the whole works. Everything that was going on, man, was
Brilliant.
absolutely class.
It was brilliant, man.
Yeah, and it was great kind of when we got in, and we all kind of walked around, like teas, coffees there, the whole. It was lovely, like, and that where they do the demonstrations is fucking lovely, man.
Yeah.
You know.
There's a kind of like a can or a loft.
Yeah,
And, your teas and coffees and complimentary beers and drinks and all that kind of stuff, full fridge stocked. You just come in. And from what I know, what talking to everyone down there, it's that old kind of rural welcome as well. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, it's not overly, like, they're not fussing. They're like,
No.
What's
You're
the crack?
big fucking, handshake and you're welcome.
Yeah.
You immediately feel you're in the right place.
You're in the
Do you know
right
what I mean?
place. Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
so,
yeah.
I think the lads have hit on something down there.
Yeah.
I think it's something fucking special, man.
Absolutely. Like, if you would have asked me, a few years ago about setting up that, I would have said that there's a big market for that, America and Australia and stuff. And now a lot of those influences come here because half of us have fucking lived out there and stuff. But like, there's huge numbers at that class, and it's just going from strength to strength. Like people that have, no affiliation to, certain barbecues or, but they know Smoke and Soul, they see the foods that they're doing,
Yeah.
man. It's just a whole other thing, man. It's class. you
And
know?
the setup, the big table and
Yeah.
the big screen looking down on the table. So you're
savage. And
Yeah.
the crack, man, I couldn't stop laughing at the first thing we kind of done was they were breaking down, they were getting the lamb ready, weren't they? We were getting the lamb set up
onto the
I call it
cross.
St. Andrew's Cross, but I'm not 100% sure if that's
Yeah,
what it is.
there's another name
There's
on
a
it.
different
but
name
yeah.
on it. Yeah.
But
That was so funny with Jimmy, man. He was, and he had the time to it. So they were kind of showing us, how you sort of display it and set it up, and the trimming it and the procedures. And then there's one part of it where you have to kind of, I suppose, break some
Butterfly it, yeah.
butterfly it, but you have to kind of break over the shoulder blades,
Yeah,
don't you?
yeah.
To spread it out, like, and it was just so funny. Jimmy, man, literally done the old what's that?
WWE.
WWE was like, I don't know what to call
Off the
that.
top rope.
Off the top rope,
Yeah.
and just bang on
Yeah.
it. It was so fucking funny, man. And he is a howl as well. Like, you'll let some crack out, Jimmy.
Oh,
And
like
that, yeah.
they're you couldn't put the two of them together, because
No.
you're looking at Jimmy, and he's he's like
Mad.
and he won't mind say he's a wild man. Do you know what I'm
Wild
saying?
man.
Do you know, wild.
Some crack.
And then Pat is like the very what would you say, he's methodical and so
Yeah,
on. But
yeah.
they work so
So
well
they
together.
just bounce off each other, man. It's
Yeah.
it's absolutely fucking brilliant. So
And there's never a fucking pause, or you know what I mean? It's
No.
what's happening down there, Jimmy? Give me a fucking second, will you? Do you know what I mean? It's this type of
but both lads that are like, the one definitely thing they have absolutely in common is they're so passionate about what to do, man. Like, it's a complete science to them.
oh, like
Brilliant.
there's I like that. I didn't know what to expect, but when you like literally from the first minute, when it kicks off, you just everyone's just fucking, and it's varying degrees. If there's people there who are barbecuing quite a lot, there's beginners, there's what I don't know, we'll go into it in more detail. What really got me, I think, over the weekend was, normally I'm used to now, like, especially within the hunting community now, but you meet somebody, the non-hunters, or the, and they're kind of in some way, if their meat doesn't come in a vacuum pack or something, they're kind of, oh Jesus, like look at that. I don't want to look at that. That's horrible. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So if it doesn't come in the chop format, everything else is, but I think the beauty of this is going to, we said it before at the very start of the podcast, is to resensitize people, because this would have been stuff that would have been, commonplace. In your local butcher, the carcass was hanging nearly in the front window. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now there has to be all shoved in the back, and in displayed will be your sausages and your rashers, man. You know what I'm saying? Nothing too.
No, not
do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think we need to go. Well, what the big thing that came from that course was, especially talking to Martin and stuff, with the pork chops and the pork and everything. Freshness is key. So I would much rather the carcass hanging out in front of me. Maybe it might be a degree or two warmer than the cold room, but I'd still fucking rather than 4 weeks coming across in a boat someplace, or 2 weeks. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And they did push that, and rightly so, is like to know where your meat's coming from. Like, man, you need to know where it's coming from. And
spend the. I know that Jesus. Like here we are preaching this, but
no, but too, like,
you're much better off, because you can then firmly, you take the chicken. Do you know what I mean? The chicken wings with the parmesan. I know we're going back.
Jesus, man.
But it were gorgeous.
They were unfucking believable.
I'm going to do them this weekend.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I have the book.
I'll have mine tomorrow.
Will you have yours?
Yeah, I'll have mine tomorrow.
Good man.
Yeah. Savage book.
Oh, like
Class.
brilliant.
Yeah.
And it's big writing as well, which suits me down to the ground.
Yeah, there's pictures.
Pictures.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
But and that's the thing. So but if you get a good ingredient, forget the barbecuing element of it, but if you get a good ingredient, you can reuse. Like, so if you have a roast chicken, you can reuse it in stocks, and it's almost our fucking duty to make the most of it. So I think if you're spending an extra few quid on the quality of the product, well, you get it obviously back in the quality of the taste and the nutrition and so on, but you also get it, then you're more inclined to reuse that, or use the best of it, the most of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
And and I think there was a real appetite, I think, down there for that. Looking at the good.
Yeah.
The pork chops, man, they look good enough just to eat there and then. Do you know what I mean?
And I said this to you, and I think I might have said it on this podcast before. Above all the cuts of meats, man, my least favourite by a fucking mile would have been pork chops.
Yeah.
Always. I just visaged this stringy, dry, fucking bland meat. It did not, so I would never buy pork chops here.
Yeah.
But I was looking at these things and like, they don't even look like pork chops. What are they? They were wicked. They were class. They were 2 inches thick. Or they were 1.5 inches thick.
Yeah.
And they were unfucking believable, man.
Yeah.
Everything. And I'm just thinking here, Joe, what I'm going to do tomorrow as well, I'm going to go to that butcher's and I'm going to buy some of them sausages.
Good man.
Fucking hell, man.
Well, if you're down there,
down
man, will you get me a couple? Yeah.
100% I will, man.
Marchin.
We'll start Starving to start, like
Yeah,
the
I
sausages.
know.
I
Yeah.
can't remember what they were, but they
Each one,
were.
we were saying, that one's my favourite. We'd have another one.
Another one, like, oh,
Fucking hell.
no,
There was
that
a spicy
lovely.
one. There was a smoky one.
There was a citrusy one.
Yeah.
They were absolutely fucking gorgeous, man.
Out
Gorgeous.
of this world.
Yeah, they were
He makes
so
it. He doesn't
tasty.
deliver, which is a fucking.
I know. If
But,
he did,
uh,
be the blue. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we does, like, when we were, they kind of had them on early, and they were, they'd show you the differences, like on, how to get your barbecue up and running, the different types of charcoals, direct heat, indirect heat, what kind of temperatures you ideally want to see them at, how often to turn them, but like it's not rocket science, but at the same time you need to know the right way to do it.
Absolutely.
You know the right way to do it. And some of the barbecues, like they make barbecues, they're fucking class, aren't they?
They're old
just,
school,
yeah,
deadly. Yeah.
They're so fucking
Yeah.
cool, like, yeah, they're class.
You buy a barbecue down there,
Yeah.
you have a barbecue for life.
For
don't you?
life,
Do
yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. 100%.
Do you know what I mean? You're
yeah.
going to be. They actually had their first barbecue in the corner.
Yeah.
The very first one that they made. And that thing has been barbecuing.
Absolutely, yeah.
And she's still.
Oh, sure. They cooked a load of food at that one,
Yeah.
actually, didn't they? Yeah. I think the Wings Knob was done at that one, wasn't it?
Yeah, they actually sold that barbecue and bought it back off the person.
Oh, did they? You
yeah,
serious?
yeah. And then
That's
continue cooking it.
class.
So brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely deadly, yeah. What do we have? What was day one? We had a good selection of different meats now.
Oh,
on day
man,
one, didn't we?
What do we have? We had that. Remember, they put the beef on with like a rosemary brush, which
Oh yeah,
Over
that
the
was a piece of strip line.
strip line.
That was incredible. That was cooked just over the charcoal there for a couple of hours. It was.
I got a video of that, man, and it didn't do the sizzle justice.
I know I'm such a gluttony bastard. I so wanted to just pick it up, man, just fucking munch into it.
You said to
It
me,
was savage.
"Look at that thing there. That'd go well between two slices of batch bread."
Two slices of batch bread.
Oh Jesus,
Oh,
that'd be some
man.
challenge.
Oh, stop, by Jez. That
I think we had
was
flank
class.
as well, didn't we?
We had flank. Yeah, absolutely, we did. Yeah.
We
had
then
burgers.
burgers, yeah.
They were absolutely gorgeous. Direct heat, indirect
Indirect
heat.
shows the difference between the two, yeah.
Yeah. What else? We had a couple of. We had the chops on day one. We had the pork chops on day one. We had, of course, we had the chicken. We had the chicken wings, which were done with, as you said, parmesan, flat leaf parsley, salt and pepper. I think. What else was there in there? Was there anything else in there?
You'll have to buy the book.
Yeah, that's why I can't remember what else is in it. There's a few things, but not a load of things.
No, I'm just saying, I can't remember. I can't really remember.
Yeah.
Three or four. He did it, wasn't it? The Ireland, like the Italian flag, wasn't it? Was it flat leaf parsley, parmesan, and chili flake? Was that it?
Yeah. Was there chili flake in there? There was. Was there? On the wings? I don't think
I remember it was a green, white, and red.
I don't remember them being spicy now at all.
No, that's what's maybe throwing me off.
Yeah.
What else would it be?
There was something anyway. I remember there was something. He was putting chili flakes in. He put a load into it.
Yeah.
But I didn't think that was it. I can't remember now.
No, we'll find out. I'll have a check in the book.
Yeah, and the gas thing about the wings, like, what does everyone do when they're doing wings, man? To cover them in the sauce, like
Sauce, yeah.
a big sticky barbecue sauce, which is nice. This was like just straight on, nothing. You didn't have to put anything on them.
Oh, not.
Just
Nor
cook
would
them.
you want.
Nor would you want to, and then toss them in this mix with the parmesan.
Yeah.
Oh, they were absolutely gorgeous, man. And then we had what did we have then? What was the other chicken he done?
The Alabama chicken where you...
Oh my god. That was incredible. Yeah. That was absolutely fucking savage, yeah. Yeah. Gorgeous.
And that was like dunked in... Yeah, and then
that
put back
Alabama sauce.
Oh, yeah, and then back onto the...
Yeah, that was unreal, so it was.
Savage, man.
Oh, man, I'm fucking starving here.
And then the lamb, obviously, was the
lamb was unbelievable in that. What was... I said, I thought it was similar to like a gyros, like the Greek style, but I think it is, but it was something different. What's it called?
I don't know what they call it now. Oh, tzatziki.
Tzatziki.
Yeah. It's like cucumber
Savage.
and yogurt. And
Yeah, Greek yogurt. Yeah. Savage, man.
But they had the lamb like an angle over the thing. I think we got a few nice pictures of it. And had this basting fluid. A brine.
Yeah.
Really salty water.
Yeah.
And with which you can put like citrus and lemons and all kinds of stuff. but as salty as you can take, I think Jim said, and then add more salt.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it's just doused in that every now and again, kept it or mopped, right? You know.
Yeah.
But what I really liked about it, man, it was real old school. Like, you know, and it was not. I want to say this in the right way, but you know, everyone was eating with their hands and fingers and stuff. And
Yeah.
do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was not. I think that is, you know, the way we should be. Look, it's unpretentious. It's real food. It's real good food.
Soul food, man.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Everyone
100%.
fucking. It's like friends around the barbecue and all. Dip your hand in that. Grab some of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's all that type of. You know, you're tasting with your eyes and your mouth. You know, and and your nose and and then obviously then because you're among kind of like-minded people. You know, you get. You get chatting.
Yeah, like-minded people, but people with all different backgrounds.
Mental.
It's so funny.
We named the couple of them there, like, you know what I mean? Architects, doctors,
Physios,
engineers,
restaurateurs, engineers, builders. What else? Yeah, there was a guy there like from Navan. Yeah, all different walks of life. Different walks of life. Plumber. Oh shit, plumber, yeah. But yeah, it was gas, wasn't it?
It was great.
Yeah. There was one guy, and he will remain nameless because I don't know his name. But I remember like he was a nice fella, a real nice fella. But he spent the whole day drinking Guinness out of cans. I just look, and I think I said to you at one stage, I said, I don't know, I think that's illegal. I don't think you're actually allowed to do that.
Well, I caught the most ironic moment of the day, I think, was, you know, I was walking up and he was there, he was after tasting something, and he had a can of draft Guinness in the hand, you know.
and he's sucking the head out, sucking the suds over like a 99 cone, yeah.
And it was a bit of... I think it was it no, it wasn't the venison. It was like a chicken wing or something, and he was there. That'd be worthy of 4-star restaurant. And I started looking at it. I presume you're talking about the chicken wing, but it was look, and but thoroughly enjoyed himself. No, absolutely no harm, and everyone got it. I think he turned around. The funny moment of the day was he was on the stairs. He was looking down, and he was kind of. I knew it was coming for about, you know, because he was. It's like, you know, trying to straighten yourself up when you're going into the father after
you see a lad, you see a lad having every so often, like open up the eyes, like really stretch them. Like,
here's a question coming. Yeah, Pat, do you like your job?
In the middle of Pat giving a whole demonstration. It was so funny.
Yeah, no, brilliant.
Savage crack. Everyone was having a great time.
Oh, Jesus, man. It was like just phenomenal.
Yeah.
That night then, the weather was brilliant. It was cold on the first day, but clear as day. And I'd actually gone in. Pat had to tow me into the fucking campsite. I got stuck within 2 feet of going in because I was in the camper van and she's fairly nose heavy, that old yoke. And we got, first of all, there was the Land Cruiser, but I don't think the 4-wheel drive was kicking in, so I had to get the tractor and tow her in.
The good old tractor, lad, yeah.
So once you got going, then it was grand. But so that started off, and then that night, then the boys actually perched up behind us, all camped out, and one of them actually came over. I think his name is Kieran, if I'm not mistaken. But one hell of a nice guy came over to the camper van with margaritas.
Legend.
Would anyone like a homemade margarita? And he had like the cocktail shaker and all. And
you're like, gee, let me think.
And I was there, we've come to completely the wrong place. We don't drink really here, but sure, come on in.
Maybe I'll show you my selection of Pioneer badges.
Yeah, so in he comes, and I think he'd actually heard the podcast. He was chatting about maybe trying to get a bit of a hand getting a license and stuff, you know, how he goes about and all that kind of stuff. So in he comes, and man, he had this tequila or this margarita with tequila, and one of the other guys had grown jalapenos in their back garden.
Holy shit.
And he infused the tequila with the jalapenos.
Tequila with jalapenos. Now, there you go. That's a good one.
And this was in a margarita, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Now, Avril wasn't mad about it.
Yeah.
Because it was obviously, you have the kid doesn't go out.
It'll awaken you.
And you have the jalapeno on top of that. Now, just mild, subtle hint.
Yeah.
But so we started off on that. We had a couple of whiskies. Which then we were sitting there chatting. I was telling him, like, he was talking about maybe he wants to shoot a few rabbits, and he said he was going to go for an air rifle. Maybe, what do you think?
Yeah.
I said, well, look, it's the same process to get an air rifle as as your 2.2 maybe, or
Yeah.
your 170 if you've any aspirations to hunt foxes, whatever. And so yeah, just we were talking through, just shooting the breeze about that, and next thing, feel this. The camper just shaking, and it was the is it Aidan or Adon, the architect,
All right.
and like I just remember, like, it was kind of breeze, and he's his black curly hair, just thing waving. He's looking in the window, then he's shaking again. So in he came, and
brilliant.
And the rest of the lads came in then, and sure we had. So it was grand. We the boys said, we better let you go. We have to get the barbecue up and running. So they went over and got the big fire going, and they said, sure, come on over, Yeah. And so we stayed in for a little while, and then I could hear a bit of a sing-song. So I said, well, grab the box or the bucket of Fox's bow, and over I went. And the fire raging, man. They were singing fucking songs, and I brought over, my mother was after baking a full brown cake.
I can't actually remember what that tastes like.
Well, she sent it down for you, but you look at it was lovely.
Was it? Yeah.
But so the boys had burgers on the thing, and they had the brown bread, and they were all raving about it the next morning and so on. And we were singing songs, and then Jim came over, and
which guy?
The Aussie.
Oh Jesus! Yeah, his son. I know.
Darren.
Yeah.
I don't want to call him
an absolute gent too. Yeah.
Fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
And Joe, the chef.
Oh yes. Yeah.
We're all sitting around, and then Av came over, and it's like the boys treated her fucking like, of course they were giving her seats and front row, beside the fire, and it could not have been nicer.
Yeah.
And so we had a couple of drinks and sing song and a bit of crack, and
savage.
And then myself and Jim then had a right out chat about all things country and all things hunting, and what a fucking legend, man!
Legend.
What a legend,
he's such a fucking cool motherfucker, man. He is. He's a legend.
At one stage, one of the boys, right, there was a moment where he had sang a song, right, and the song he was coming to the end of his set, right, we call it, because the eyes were getting heavy and the drink was getting hard, and but he was doing the chorus, and he kind of booked himself up for the chorus, and then he kind of dies at the end of it, and then just about 5 minutes after that, then just head down. But obviously somebody had mentioned packing up the fire, like, and this had arose him from the slumber, and he got, and he just went to stand up and grab the pallet, but sure, not realising the equilibrium wasn't great at this minute in time. Both from sitting and sleeping for the last 45 minutes, and also probably too many margaritas.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, other than that, it was not other than that. That was a funny moment as well.
Yeah.
He just realised that the pallet's going to win this. Fucking sat back down and conked back out again.
Brilliant.
So,
brilliant.
But yeah, brilliant.
What time did you go till? Was it early hours?
It wasn't. It felt like, that's what I said to the lads next morning. It felt like we went till 2 or 3 in the morning, but it was probably only 11, 12, man. Do you know what I mean?
Too bad. Yeah.
But it was because, like, obviously the course finished up.
Yeah.
We were on from then. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
so, but it was a clear night, man. You could not
it was beautiful,
have got a nicer night. So
the weather was fucking phenomenal, but then it changed.
and then it changed.
And here is just a little useful bit of information or a trick for anyone. If you're heading off on a motorbike, check the weather forecast for the place you're going to, not necessarily where you're leaving. You know what I mean? Yeah, because I made that fuck up. I decided to go down Sunday. I wasn't staying, like I was going up, traveling up and down, but I decided Sunday I'd kill 2 birds with one stone. It was beautiful morning here, and get up, wheel the bike out of the shed, and fired her up. And honestly, it was dark. I left here probably around 7 o'clock, I'd say, and headed for it, and over to Naas, good road, down a little bit of motorway, then off at Loughlin Bridge, And some of the roads there are absolutely class. From Loughlin Bridge going down, and I was really enjoying the bike and everything, everything was going class. And I remember just going along and I was kind of looking at the distance. I was like, Jesus, great enough over there now. Now, as far as I was concerned, the weather was dry as a bone the whole day, and I was going, so geez, that is actually a bit cloudy over there, isn't it? And there's just this horrible feeling. Anybody that's riding motorbikes will know it. When you're riding along, and next thing you get the first little tick on the visor. And you're just your eyes automatically go to it, and you go, "Oh, don't fucking say that." Well,
Please be a fly. Please be a fly.
Well, mother of divine jazz, man, the heavens opened.
Yeah,
I was soaked.
I was actually expecting to see you down the van because from 4 o'clock in the morning, the rain was battering off the fucking camper van,
and it was class up here.
Yeah, because I was checked the cameras up here, and it was perfect up here.
Perfect, absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got as far as New Ross, had to go into a petrol station. Lucky enough, I had the motorbike jeans on me, but I had the proper motorbike trousers then in the bag. So I changed out of them. And there was like gushes of water, man. Fucking gushes of water. And I rang you and I said, I'm in two minds, man. I'm fucking half soaked here. I'm in two minds to just get back up the road before it gets too bad, or will I keep going? And then I said, it was only 20 minutes. So I said, oh, here, fuck, I'll keep going. So down I went on you. But yeah, that was, yeah.
So there's some woman that got an awful Eiffel there. In the
She did,
petrol
yeah.
station.
She's lucky, yeah. Free show.
We apologize.
Apologise, yeah. Some people charge for that shit,
I remember hearing you had sent me a message, and I said, "What the fuck is this?" And next thing I seen, just you had the bike in a pool of water, and just I said, "Oh, he didn't." I didn't even enter my mind because it was raining so heavy down there. I just like what you said.
Come in the van.
I presumed it was raining everywhere. So
yeah, no.
So, do you know what I mean?
No, beautiful morning here. Yeah. But anyway, we got there in one piece. But then day two, man, we started off. I remember when I came in first, and it was, do you know what was savage? He had a venison. There was a deer hanging there. And it was Marcin was going to show us, his way of breaking it down. But people that have I'd say most of the people that are there don't hunt, but the interest they had in seeing it being broken down, and there was no one kind of getting squeamish looking at, it was so interesting,
absolutely, yeah.
And the boys done a massive, they've done great justice to venison, and the way they showed the way that it, I suppose, first the quality, the quantity of meat you get out of it, some of the stuff you can do with it, and I think Pat did say, I think probably one of his favourite meats is venison. He's a huge fan of it, but yeah, man, then day two, we had everything too. We had a good bit of venison. Sorry, actually, day one as well, we had the scallops.
Oh, the scallops, man.
Motor of the vine. They were unreal, man.
And we were just chatting, because you'd be thinking about, say when you have a party on or something at home or a communion, and you'd be sort of saying, what would you, would you get in food or go out for food and stuff? But I just thought there, to see the scallops there, how simple.
Yeah.
You could have all that prepared, just a knob of butter.
Yeah.
Onto the shell, onto the barbecue.
Yeah, and it looks class. It's it's actually it's so cool to look at too. It's just like a centerpiece. Do you know what I mean? It was savage.
I forgot about that as well. And the steaks straight onto the coals.
Oh yeah, the steaks straight onto the coals as well. Straight. Who would have thought of doing? I never thought of doing that.
No,
never.
Because the embers are right. Mm-hmm. They don't stick to the meat. Literally, it's an instant sear.
Sear, yeah, and it was absolutely class. What was your favourite? Now I know day two we had briskets, we had poppers, we had steaks, we had different cuts of venison. We had, what was the venison? The raw venison. What was that we had?
Carpaccio.
Carpaccio, yeah. No, I like that. I'd eat it, but I wouldn't hold it in the same as some of the other stuff. Like it's nice.
It is, yeah.
But it's a nice little.
Yeah, exactly. And I think maybe, the day probably didn't do it justice. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was cold and
I always
stuff,
find if you have them type in a nice warm day.
Yeah.
But I like that. Mm-hmm. We had venison haunch, obviously.
Yes.
And that was with the balsamic. I'm going to get them wrong.
Yeah.
But
I can't remember. Because there was, you see, that's the thing. There was so many different foods you were trying. There wasn't 10 minutes wouldn't go by. You were trying something else. Yeah.
We had. What else was there?
The poppers.
Oh, and actually for breakfast that morning, it's sourdough toasted on the barbecue
Oh my God.
with like bacon, and there was like a salsa underneath it. Oh my God, man!
Oh Jesus, man! I missed
So,
that.
get up with a sore head. I had a cup of tea in my hand. Next thing, I could smell the rashes. Just
Oh
cooking.
lad, class! Well, you can't beat that. What was your favourite?
Oh, I honest to God, man. The brisket.
Brisket be well up there for me now. That was unnatural. That was absolutely class.
Yeah, the brisket was up there, man. Mm-hmm. I liked all the venison stuff. Obviously, one of the guys actually said to me, just when he was beside me, he said, like, you obviously, you know, liked this. And I said, funny enough, you know, it's nearly come full circle for me. I'm not just talking personally, but I'm nearly now comparing other meats to venison. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whereas at one time I would have been comparing venison to other meats.
Yeah.
But that's just, you know, my palate has probably changed now. Thank God. Thank God. Hopefully for the better. But yeah, there was what was the one that was on the bone? The big slab was on the bone.
The big slab that was on the bone.
It was beef. It was short rib.
Yes. That was absolutely. And the sauces and the dressings the boys were doing. Don't ask me I can't remember what some of them were, but mother of the fine. The pickle.
Oh,
The pickled cucumber.
pickled cucumber.
Oh man, even that on its own was absolutely. You ate a bucket of them. They were class.
Just a news fact: we won't be doing Hunter's Table tonight, right?
Yeah, there's enough of talking
Yeah.
of food on this. I had two clear. Like, there wasn't one thing that I didn't like. I think probably number one was that brisket. I think that was absolutely class. And then the jalapeno poppers, man, they were just
Jesus.
savage. They were fucking savage. There was sweetness in it. There was like the crunch, like a bell pepper, but not overly spicy. All the seeds were taken out with them. That cheese, the saltiness of the ham. Oh, mother of Jesus. I'd ate them all day, man. They are absolutely
But again,
class.
such a
So easy.
Do you know what I mean?
Man.
You could have your barbecue going. You've them coming in for people just as they're coming in. You could do a tray of them at a time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Very, very simply.
Yeah.
Then as I say, the scallops. I know Av's favourite was the kebabs. The lamb kebabs were just.
Loved it. Oh, yeah. I'm starving now, you
Yeah,
bollocks. I'm
I know.
starving.
I just think, you know, imagine the lamb kebabs there on a nice fucking summer's day there.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Lord Jesus Christ, we just stop a nice cold beer.
But Martin, what about the butcher? Fucking great character,
Some
man.
character, man. Passionate about it. So friendly. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And an absolute gifted butcher. Like, you know what I mean? He just...
You're talking about an old,
Yeah.
not old in years, but an old school,
Yeah.
fucking learned, you know, like...
And I do love some of the European ways, you know, and the ways they look at meat and some of the different things that's not like. And he said one valid point there. He said, and it is so fucking true, man. And it's not, you know, what was a real Irish thing to do? You get a lump of meat, you put it in the fucking oven, you crank it up a fan oven or whatever to the bollocks, and you cook the absolute shite out of it. You know what I mean? Until it's, you want to make sure it's cooked through, and you absolutely...
It's wild, you don't know where it's been.
Exactly, you cook the
Yeah.
bollocks out of it, you cook all the juice out of it, you cook all the fucking flavours out of it, and, you know, that's the way it should be.
It's funny, I got to chat to him a bit, you know what I mean? And even just chatting to him, you know the way you can kind of nearly fucking finish each other's sentences. I know they don't mean this in a you know, romantic way now, but do you know what I'm saying? But like, I was just saying, he was just saying, like, because people are so, you know, the deer. And I said, but sure, they only eat. And he said, yeah, the best, you know, because they're picky, you know, and we were kind of, this was the kind of conversation. And then obviously, you know, the big thing for me, being relatively new to this gig, is leaving, he said, minimum 7 days in the hide.
Yeah.
Minimum.
We don't do that.
No. And 7 to 10, ideally. And then, but what I did notice when he was skinning it, you could even see the meat was that tender.
It would tear.
Yeah. You could actually just peel it off with your fingers. So, and like that was the big thing for me, I think, you know. Obviously, the hide is a little bit harder to come off when it's cold, but yeah, grand.
Yeah, you still had it off pretty good. Yeah.
He had an old towel there, and it just wiped down. Again, that's one of my pet hates But again, this is the thing. I'm always peeling them when they're too fresh.
Yeah.
So then the hairs are coming off on the fresh sticky meat.
Yeah.
And they're almost sticking to it.
Yeah.
Whereas he was peeling it, down him a stone cold. He had a cloth like a tea towel.
Tea towel, yeah.
And just give it one dust off.
Brushed
There wasn't
them
a
off.
fucking hair to be seen.
Yeah. Yeah, honest to fuck, yeah, 100%. There was a couple of things that he done differently than I would, than tradition the way I would do it, but it just makes so much sense, man.
Absolutely,
I'd be definitely taking on board the way he does it. Did you see, man, as well? I meant to say it to you, and I just said to myself, it's just a testament. Did you see him taking the meat out of the ribs, where he never actually stopped cutting?
Oh yeah, just
from one to the other,
Yeah,
to
yeah.
the bone. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Fran O'Toole knives. He's using Fran O'Toole
Honest
knives.
to God, man, we went the whole way down and like that, yeah. He mentioned Fran O'Toole and we got chatting to him after. We seen Fran's knives that he made from class, as always.
Yeah.
And then we went on. We had obviously had the venison, and then we met Liam, the bow Liam.
Yeah. What a
And
character.
he's friends with us now on Instagram. He's invited us down to the shop anytime we're down there.
Is he? Yeah.
yeah.
What, he is a character, man. So Liam is a fishmonger, I suppose. He's some crack. He is some. He was telling me a little bit about his history, and I didn't actually know, man. To be honest with you, and it was interesting after talking to him. I didn't know the fishmongers are gone so scarce. I didn't,
Yeah.
because we don't eat a lot of the fish up here. I don't think we do anyway.
No, not enough anyway.
Not
I don't
enough,
think.
like,
Yeah.
No. And I didn't know. And it was only when he dawned on me. It used to be the case a couple of years ago, where it could be every Monday or something. There was a lad in the van who used to come up and he used to park in the square in Eatonderry, and he'd set up his stand with all his fresh fish on it. And the smells and everything, I think, are phenomenal. You know,
I love it.
Absolutely love it. And we went in and we were getting a few bits. He'd go in and get a few bits and pieces off him. But then he disappeared. And I think, I could be wrong, I think Liam said, you can't do that anymore.
Well, there's a lad that does it in Enfield on a Thursday.
Oh, is there?
Yeah. There's
right.
a little country market in Enfield
Yeah, okay.
to do jams and breads and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
So I think he comes there on a Thursday.
Does he, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you get stuff? Do you get a bit of it?
We normally get delivered, but this is the thing, and it's even beside me, but I forget every fucking time.
I love fish, man.
It's only a matter of making a habit of going down the Thursday and getting it.
Yeah. I'm excited to get to book onto a charter, man. I can't wait to get back out.
We've huge plans now coming up. Obviously, we're going to have to take out the calendar and start nailing some of these in now, I think.
Yeah.
Because we've been invited down. Then Liam introduced us to Stephen. Then
Have to go down there.
Clam Shack 7, he's on Instagram there.
Is he?
I think he's the only one. I could be mistaken, but he's the only one that does what he does. I think he's gone through huge paperwork and stuff to do. So basically, he fishes a clam reef, I think.
Yeah.
But he does it. He's been doing it like very
Sustainably.
sustainably. So he'll fish one side of it, leave it for 6 months. He'll do the other side. So he's alternating. So he's a constant stream of fresh clams. Sells them into Europe. They're supposed to be unbelievable. We didn't get to taste them, but we will do. Unbelievable quality. We got chatting to him. He invited us down. Come on out on the boat.
Yeah.
He'll bring us out doing a bit of clam fishing and then a bit of bass fishing.
Yeah.
So that's another.
Yeah. Such a nice guy, and lives in a part of the world that's actually close to my own heart, called a little village called Passage East to Morford. And
you were saying that
you need to see it, man. It is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah,
it is one of the nicest.
Well, let's make it one of our trips this year.
Yeah,
let's make it one of our trips, road trip.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Yeah.
Try. I'll borrow McQuaid's bike.
Yeah, honest to God, yeah. No bother, lad. 100% sure he won't ride it anyway. No, definitely.
I know. I'm sitting up in the back of it.
You
hold on to the ponytail.
Honest to God, I'd love to see that. Like 2 big apes. But no, the weekend, I have to say a massive shout out to the lads in Smoking Soul. Anyone that's listening to the podcast, if you like meat and life, just go and do it.
Just go and do it.
Absolutely, man. 100% without
It'll
doubt.
improve. And this is not a sales pitch because it's not even like the whole weekend. I think a weekender course is about 300 quid. So for 2 days, 2 days full course, and you get fed like a king.
Yeah.
And there's teas and coffees and fuel, complimentary drinks and stuff like that. But the biggest thing you'll take out of it is you're going to meet friends. You're going to meet people who are like-minded. You're going to learn. I think you're going to change the way you're going to cook. It's definitely opened my eyes. Me and you were heading down that road anyway, given what we're doing. But it's just pushed us down that road a little bit further and improved our knowledge a bit,
No, brilliant.
I don't know where you can buy the books online.
Yeah, I don't know that. They're only €15.
15 or 20 quid or something.
So yeah, they're absolutely class, man.
But this is
savage.
the best 15 you'll spend because they're just
quick and easy.
quick.
You know what I mean? Yeah, there's no
2-3 ingredients in all of them, man.
Yeah.
Even when he's making up the rubs, the spice rubs and stuff.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
No rocket science in it. No.
Yeah,
no exact measurements. I love that.
I too.
I
man.
fucking love when your lad's saying I use 220 grams of this and that. I hate that. Just
because that's what you like, man. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I said that to you before. I ain't my cooking, man. I never measure out shit. I just by eye a fucking bit of that and a bit of that. Yeah.
Because if I'm feeling cold and I want a bit of heat, I'll add a bit more fucking spice.
Yeah, absolutely.
If I'm feeling like piggy out, I'll add a bit more sugar. You know what I mean? That's just the way it is.
Yeah, absolutely, man, absolutely. But no, again, thanks to the lads at Smoking Soul. If you want to see more of the pictures and videos and stuff, jump onto our socials there. We've
loads of them up there,
bits and pieces up there and check them out on Instagram at Smoking Soul.
Yeah, Smoking Soul. So it's SMOKINSOUL. Smoking Soul.
Smoking Soul. Yeah. So give them a look out and Shine. Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah.
Brilliant stuff.
We're going to move on to
the big news.
Big news. So we actually started off this podcast when we talked about it earlier on today. It was kind of going to be a look over the season as it drew to a close. But then news came in. Breaking news came in.
There's a story still to be written.
Honest to God, absolutely, man. I think I got first wind of it around 3:00 today.
Yeah.
The deer season is still open, right? Or has reopened, I suppose, depending on what way you look at.
Yeah, well, the first off, there was confusion over, was it yesterday
or today, yeah.
It is today, seen by all accounts. And so that was this kind of semi-confusion. That wouldn't have really impacted too many lads because everyone's working. But still. And then, so, yeah, you're right. It's been just extended. Yeah.
Extended, yeah. So... It has been extended to the case that we can now hunt, we've another month basically that we can hunt females and antlerless deer, as they call it. And we can go back shooting male deer, stags.
Yeah, until
the 30th of April.
30th of April,
yeah. So look, there's an awful lot of talk online about it on some of the different groups, which I'm just not going to mention because I'm just not. Are against it. Some people are all for it. Some people are mixed opinions on it. For me, it's always been about the food. And because I obviously with the arm and we've been so fucking busy, man. We didn't get a chance to go. I look forward to this now as a chance, and we'll get out and we'll do a bit of hunting again.
No, most definitely. I think me and you both had a conversation, I think, over the weekend where we were reflecting on loads of things because we have been hugely busy. We've just named out some of the things we do. So, and that's probably stopped us from getting out as much as we'd like, and so on and so forth. And even with we'd have aspirations to get out with 2 or 3 of us. It's hard enough to get 2 of us paired up together.
Absolutely,
because different conflicting schedules and so on. So, but we're I think over the weekend we've reevaluated some of. You and your side and me on my side. We're just going to make fucking time for it and get the fuck out, and do a little bit more, and try and I suppose enjoy the last couple of months. I'm really looking forward to the next couple of months.
Yeah, I
know that you're saying there's loads of negativity around it. There'll always be that. I think just loads of people want to just give out about whatever they want to give out about. Like if you don't want to go out and shoot, that's your choice. Don't go out and shoot.
Don't do it. Yeah.
The thing that I'm most happy about is obviously it would have been better if he had announced it, but Malcolm Noonan was never going to do that. He dragged us out with a derogation, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like Lord Almighty feeding the peasants, that's
I think he likes it's
the power,
like, exactly. He's not going to be remembered for fuck all.
Let's be honest, man, right? If you're in the Green Party, right, you aren't probably popular in school.
No, I don't. Do
you know what I mean?
No, definitely not. No.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
It's like, do you ever see some of the bouncers at the door? I used to work with some of them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they wouldn't open a tin of beans.
100% you were bullied at school.
And when they get to the door, then it's the power.
Power trip.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
You know what I mean?
100%. Absolutely.
It's like
yeah.
that, and it's that he reminds me of that now. I hope that's
Yeah.
not derogatory, but
No,
fuck it, it is.
I think he does it for a sense of drama, because I
Yeah.
can't think of any other really reason, because you're going to extend it. You're going to extend it. I don't see any reason to leave it to the last time minute.
No.
Only that he thinks and hopes, I think, that it's going to cause a bit of a stir and stuff like
Well,
that.
what he's doing there is he's pandering to his audience on the other side. So he said he's reluctantly giving it to us, but he was always going to give it to us. You know, so,
Yeah.
do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah,
I won't
absolutely,
give
yeah.
them, you know, because we
Yeah.
don't like these poor chaps over here
Try it.
who actually
Lad,
go out and they
yeah.
hunt their own food. Imagine that.
Absolutely. Yeah, I know, yeah.
Not like us guys over here. We go to Tesco's and we buy it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, look at Malcolm. Enjoy it, man. 'Cause
It's your last one.
It's
Yeah.
your last one, man. It's your last roller coaster.
Yeah.
So you enjoy it, man, and you do whatever you want to do.
And
But,
hopefully somebody comes in to undo some of the damage he's done. But
yeah, they will. Absolutely, yeah.
But yeah, I'd much prefer this setup than the talk of this contracted culls and all this type of stuff. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But it's like some of these, there is definitely talk, and I think you sent me the email or the press release that came out, and he has these deer management units. Now, that is going to be, I am nervous in one sense to hear what this is going to be, and I'm interested. I'm curious as to what it's going to be. But that is, yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't like to be on one of them. I'll tell you that.
No, man.
You know?
The thought of seeing hunters going around in balaclavas trying to keep their like that's what like because there's
Yeah.
men out there who are hunting ground for
Yeah.
generations now. Do you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And these men are seemingly going to come in and
Stop that.
stop the problem.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I would not like to be someone.
No.
No, and I don't think it'll be like, you know, of the different organisations that are out there and the different groups and splinter groups and deer groups, you know, that are associated. I think like if you were a member of one of those and you were also part of these, you should be detrimental to the group. Like who's going to support a group that's essentially could prevent, you know, your very members from you know, participating in hunting. So I wouldn't like to be part of that.
There's always elements, you know, where we're getting written to and messages and so on, where there's, you know, to be splits, you know, be it 60-40 or 70-30. On this particular issue, man, I
ain't
have
no
not got one positive message.
That's what I'm saying.
The language would be, see these fuckers.
Yeah.
If they come in on my fucking ground,
fucking think about it.
you know what I
This
mean?
is yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
they're like, so you're going to be, look, we just hope it doesn't come to that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Obviously, look,
yeah.
if there's units set up for, and we have to give the balance side of that. If there's problem areas where there's nobody shooting, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or there's vast areas of land where,
There's no one in.
yeah.
But it's weird. Like we know a lot of lads hunting. You know, we know not only friends of ourselves, but across the country in the four corners, we would know a lot of lads that do deer hunting. You know, and we'd be in regular contact with them and stuff like that. And I reckon these units are already set up as such. But
Yeah.
we don't know anyone that's in any of them.
No, I don't think there's too many people going to say,
No,
you know,
no,
here's my
yeah,
badge.
yeah. Honest to God, yeah. But how would they do it? Like I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe they're undercover.
Undercover is right. They're undercover. You can't see them.
Who's
You
that
don't know who
hunting
they
buddy
are.
you've been hunting with all these years?
Yeah,
Have a little peek.
Grogan,
Oh,
you wanted you
I've been busy this season, man. I've been busy.
yeah, honest to Jesus, yeah.
Fucking hell.
But yeah, so that's happening. That's official now. We can hunt away for another while if you so choose to do so.
Well, when I say I think it's still a better solution than the all-out cull or the
Jesus,
seeker being classed as vermin.
Vermin, I'd hate
my
to see
God,
that.
man, that would be my worst.
Yeah.
What ironic coming for, or you know, a hunter or whatever, but just what an animal. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're blessed.
Beautiful.
There's
yeah.
people all over Europe that are envious of the fact that we have them here.
Yeah.
And I think we should, by all means, to have to be managed and all that kind of stuff. We all know that we're in that game.
Yeah.
But by all means, we I think we should temper it with a bit of.
And like we spoke about this before, and I know, you know, in seasons, you know, when the earlier in the season, when the hinds and does and so on are not in season, it is absolutely it's beautiful, man, to sit there with a pair of binoculars and see them and just watch them. I love it, man.
Absolutely,
it's so
dude.
fucking cool. See them so like coming out of the brash, kind of nervously looking all around, and then there's like a sensitivity to them. It's lovely to look at, man. It is,
Absolutely,
they're,
they've
they're a beautiful creature.
their own character, their own.
Yeah,
Look at they're almost kind of. I think that's people call it trophy hunting, and like you have some lovely trophies here up, for want of a better word, but they're mementos of times, and your good times over the last season.
great times.
And 40 years from now, you'll be able to point at that one and say that was there, and that was
the Hungry Buck.
yeah, exactly. So, and I think that for us is what it's about there. So I can understand the trophy element of it. You know, is it primarily why I go out? Absolutely not.
No.
But I also understand that it's a fantastic memento of, and I don't think probably the older I'm getting, the more I'm getting kind of come around to that way of thinking. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not to say that my head's bigger than your head. Do you know what I mean? It's about like, do you know, because every hunt is a fucking story. Definitely any fucking mine there, because you know, be them good, bad, funny,
Absolutely.
hardship. You know,
Yeah, the trophy is not the size of the stag that's on the wall. It's a story behind getting the stag on the wall.
absolutely, absolutely.
That's what I
And
think.
look,
it
please
definitely
God, someday we'll each have medal stags on our wall. But if it doesn't happen, I won't be too
is. No more to be said.
too disappointed either. You know,
No, definitely not. No, definitely.
it's
not.
like I think it was Matthew McConaughey said, you know, have something to chase. You know,
Yeah.
Did you ever hear that speech?
Yeah.
You know, have somebody to look
something
up to, somebody to follow, and somebody to chase.
Yeah.
And I think that sums it up. You know, you're hopeful. You're going out, like I said, Jeffrey. You know what I mean. You go after, and you're forever chasing them. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All the while you're adding pages to your story. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
absolutely. Yeah,
it's only a
no,
good
that's
thing.
it. Yeah, absolutely, 100%, man. Come here, we're going to wrap it up shortly, but we on the Let's Talk Gear, we've had a bit of a hiatus from Let's Talk Gear. There's a lot of people wanting us to test out stuff, but we just haven't been. We didn't want to take stuff and not have the time to actually put it to a test. But we are freed up now a little bit. Things have calmed down a little bit, so we will be doing a few more bits of Let's Talk Gear. We have a couple of different products we want to talk about. Rifle, I'll have to postpone the change of the rifle for a couple of weeks yet, but I will be. Did you see? People may have seen on Kildare Hunting on Neil's page. He had the video up today with the Gunworks bipod.
Absolute savage piece of kit, man.
Savage piece of kit, man. They're coming through. Highland Outdoors have been given they're the importer of Gunworks rifles. Right, they're not going to be for everyone. They ain't cheap.
Yeah.
But my God, did you have a look at the website? Did you see something?
I was when I was down with Dom. Actually, I think he was getting binos off them or something like that.
Yeah.
And I remember looking them up. Yeah, savage.
Absolutely savage.
yeah.
I love that they're 1,000. Every single rifle has been tested. To 1,000.
Yeah.
I love that. But yeah, look at it. Maybe if people are in the market for something,
Absolutely. Yeah.
have a look anyway.
And they look like a really nice bipod as well.
Yeah,
They're kind of
lovely.
like, I presume, are they like a slide attach? Is that?
Looks like them. I haven't seen them. I haven't
Yeah.
got my hands on them yet at all now, to be honest with you.
Yes.
We've got some, no, not yet, no. We have some GPO binoculars coming up now shortly as well. So
Very
we'll
good,
have
very
them.
good.
We'll have them to test, because that is a question we were asked. And you see it time and time again on the forums and stuff, lads asking about binoculars and stuff. So look, we'll have them.
And we want to try and, I suppose, do a good thing. I mean, I wanted to post, I think, a couple of weeks back, because it seems like we have, you know, unendable amount of money spent on all the cyber gear, and probably a lot of the stuff is towards the higher end of the market, and that's not intentional. It's just, you know, the new product comes out when people want us to test and so on. That's the one we're given. It's by no means we're saying, oh, spend all your hard. We know there's different people have different budget requirements, no more than ourselves. So hopefully over the next couple of weeks we'll be able to try and bring some of the cheaper alternatives as well.
Yeah.
You know, the because there's ranges in in all different markets. So yeah, we'll be able to do that as well. Please God.
Please God. Guns, like we've had loads of people offering us guns and wanting to test it. Obviously it's tricky. We're not firearms dealers, so we don't have the facilities to just take a gun.
Yeah.
If we get a gun, we have to license it. That's a whole fucking headache. So we would love to. But yeah, that's the bit of a
Let's
restraint
become
we have.
firearms dealers.
Unless we become firearms dealers, and I think that costs about 10 grand.
Yeah, we won't be doing that.
Yeah, that won't
won't
be
do that.
happening. No, that's happening. But
I got my new little rifle.
You did, man.
I should have brought it over to show you.
Absolutely forgot. Yeah, fuck you. You should have brought it over.
to
Yeah,
show you.
neat looking. I've never seen one like that.
Yeah, it stands out because it's, it's
Short,
like fucking,
bohy.
You
Yeah,
can really shoot from the hip, man.
yeah.
Just a stick up.
Stick out. But it's such a sharp barrel. It's class.
It's deadly, yeah. Supposed to be very, very accurate.
Yeah.
Sees it actually do one of the Varmint ones, interchangeable barrel, I think. So you can get a 1.7 barrel,
No way.
2.2 barrel, yeah.
That'd be some
I think it's the 4.57. But I think they did a 4.55 as well in that. Now I could be wrong.
How does that work then? Do you have to have 2 licenses or what?
You have to have a license for each barrel,
yeah.
I know. I think on the Blazer has the same. I think interchangeable barrels. Yeah,
What a load of bollocks! Right? Okay.
you have to have two fucking.
2 laces for the one gun, essentially. Yeah, right. That's mad.
But then at least, like, say if you do, but at least it's a barrel. You're only paying for the barrel rather than the whole fucking kit.
Oh no, 100%.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's probably some.
Yeah.
It'd be hard to look into your safe and say, I've one gun and I've one bit of fucking tubular. Stand up in the car.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's a bit unusual.
No, do you know, pay, like, I would love to have that problem. But what I'm saying is to have a look and knowing that you have to have
a separate
license for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just seems. But of course, look, it is potentially firearm.
No, 100%. There's some lovely guns out there. I'm just kind of looking through Instagram and stuff, and some of the different lads and some of the guns that's out there now at the minute. So there's some lovely stuff out there. There's some great stuff coming on scene. I'd like to have a look at some, even Lakeland now, some of the lovely Sig Sauer stuff down there, and they've some some really nice gear down there. So it'd be nice to get out and
Jesus Christ.
really. Yeah, it's unreal, isn't it?
Mouth-watering.
The Blazer stand is absolutely class.
Yeah.
Man.
I try to turn when I'm going by it.
Oh, it's hard.
Do you know what I mean? But it just draws you back in. Then you go around to the shotguns.
Do you know what a fella said to me during the weekend? And I nearly argued with a fella, and he was asking about your rifle. And he says, yeah, Anthony's has the thumb on it. I said, it doesn't.
My CZ?
No, the Bergara. I don't know. I didn't think
Mine
it was.
does, yeah.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
He said to me, no. I says, Grogan definitely has the one. I says, no, he definitely doesn't, man. No, 100%. His is the one with the grip. Yeah, it does. I don't know where the fuck I fucking came up with
thumb
that
wall
from.
grip, yeah.
Thumb wall grip, yeah.
That's the one that because I didn't like the one. There's another. I can't write. I'll get it wrong.
It's too wide.
It's the open one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The open top.
I didn't like that either.
Yeah. So yeah, no, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Nice job.
Yeah, so I'm mad. I got did a little video. I have my little dovetail to Picatinny or to Weavertail mount on. Just need to get me little night vision set up on her. And yeah, so
You going to go after rabbits straight away? Are you going to?
yeah, I'll probably look. Well, that was my plan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know,
That's
but
probably been postponed for a little bit.
a little bit now. Yeah,
Depending on
yeah.
what we're doing over the next couple of weeks. But yeah, no, that's. I think I had aspirations for the summer to be knocking a couple of rabbits and
Yeah. Have you any plans for rabbit? Like, have you any big dishes in mind now this year? Is there anything, are you thinking summer
your burgers,
barbecue?
man. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
they went down a fucking treat.
Yeah. Oh, that's good, man. Yeah.
So do a few of them. I want to do them, and I want to do some kind of barbecue dish as well. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Do it justice. Mm-hmm. I'll play around with it. Have you any ideas?
No, I'd like to do like a burrito. Some sort of I like something
nice,
like, if you can infuse that with a nice burrito, because if you can kind of slow cook it to, sometimes that goes well with a burrito, doesn't it?
Yeah,
it's like almost pulled.
Yeah.
Something like that might be nice now, yeah.
What I'm worried about on the barbecue is do you know drying it out. So I'm thinking now. This is me only thinking. I'm going to have to talk to Mr. O'Keefe or the boys down in Smoke and Soul maybe.
Yeah.
Like a hoisin sauce. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a fruity kind of glaze that you can keep based on it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, something like that would be savage. But what if you done it in like that Alabama sauce type thing? That'd keep
Look
it.
at yeah,
wouldn't
absolutely.
It? Yeah.
Like the boys did the chicken, dunk it.
Yeah, that'd keep it. That'd do a job. Yeah. Rabbit's one of those things that will dry out and it can dry out very quickly.
And the tops can go leathery if it's not done correctly. So, that's the bit I'm nervy about. But look, it's like anything. It's like the venison, man. It's the first time we've probably overdone rabbit as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. And just another thing, the lads are talking about in Smoking Salt, and I absolutely like aside from your barbecues and your grills and your everything, the one most essential tool every single person should have in their kitchen is a thermometer.
Yeah.
Thermometer.
Yeah.
Some job, man.
Brilliant job.
That's class.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Just gives you that peace of mind as well as everything else, and it's physically in front of you, and you're safe, and you don't need to overcook the bollocks up everything because in case, some job.
I don't actually have one of the handheld ones. I just have the one, the needle one.
The needle one, yeah.
I've in the phone.
Yeah, I've one of the handheld ones there we got. Just
I must get one because it's just for prodding purposes.
They're not expensive, but like with the wings, because wings, you're always thinking meat on the bone.
Yeah.
Have to be a little bit careful of it, but like that, just pick 10 of them and just tip around it and
happy days.
Happy fucking days, yeah.
Yeah, no, but that's look. There's a couple of tips I think that stayed with us over the weekend, and please God, now we have more meat now to try and test out.
Absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt. Will we wrap it up?
We'll wrap her up.
If you're heading out again, we thought we'd be saying, stay tuned and keep up the hunting. But if you are heading out after deer, enjoy every bit of it and the best of luck.
Absolutely. Stay safe and stay hunting, lads.
Take it easy. Over and out.
Over and out.